Hi, Deb Marshall here today. I was going to take you out to my garden again, but I got all ready and got ready to do my video and it started to rain. So I'm here in the house and just have to get set up here. And as you can see from my hat, I was ready to be outside, and I'm going to leave it on because I'm kind of having a bad hair day today, so I'll leave it on if you don't mind. Yesterday, or I guess it was the day before yesterday, my husband and I went to see a film. It was After Earth with Will Smith and Jaden, his son. And we debated about going to the movie because the movie critics were all giving it a bad rap, saying that Will's son was too young and too inexperienced to take on such a big role. But, you know, I think it was all sour grapes. I really think that these movie critics are pretty shallow. I would say as shallow as a dewdrop on a snapdragon's tongue. Just being a little colorful there. I always say that when the movie critics are saying it's not such a good movie, then it's a movie I want to see, because I feel that they are often misguided. Now, the movie After Earth was about family, about parents needing to be closer to their young ones, and also about fear, overcoming fear and eliminating fear. And so they took us on a very active magical ride to depict this young man growing through his fear. So fear is a pretty important subject, so I've made some notes today. These are my own ideas, but I put them down on paper so that I could keep them straight, for one thing, and also so I wouldn't forget anything. The lines in the movie that Will Smith will be remembered for in this movie were, fear is a choice. Danger is a possible reality. So I guess we could say there's a big difference between fear being a choice made by our minds and danger being an actual positive, or excuse me, actual possible reality. Fear is an unrealistic action or reaction negatively created by the mind. It's a feeling that we allow to develop, and it will control your body. So it's necessary in our mental and spiritual growth to learn how to deal with fear. Now, danger is quite a different thing. Danger is a developing situation that may occur, and we will need to react to it. We need to react realistically, though, to the dangerous situations. And you know, if you're reacting to danger in a form of not being fearful, you've got a better chance of a much better outcome. We need to understand the difference between fear and danger. In the case of fear, you can learn to eliminate the negative and replace it with the positive. As we spoke the other day, I spoke to you about eliminating negatives. You must replace it with a positive. And the opposite of negative is love. So therefore, if we can eliminate fear from our lives, we can replace it with love. Let's look at it in the case of the brain being the organ in the body, the mind being the system that regulates our action and reaction, and the system that runs the verbal talk in our head. Sometimes a system can get out of whack. Sometimes a system has to be rebooted. Sometimes a system has to be adjusted slightly. The brain being the organ, the system being the daily talk in your head, the action, the activity. So if we change the system to replace unrealistic fear with love, then we can conquer fear. Let me just go back on that a little bit to say that the chatter in our heads is our mind out of control, or our mind just doing what we have programmed it to do. And therefore, we need to reprogram the mind. Now, I'm a good one to talk to you about this because about 20 years ago, I realized that because of my spiritual growth, I had reached a no-fear zone. Now, I must tell you, a no-fear zone is a very blissful place. It's a place where you don't act and react on your mind's impulse to get you to react to fear. So if you don't have fear in your life, it allows you to make much better judgments. It allows you to make much better reactions and actions. Now, a lot of my spiritual growth came through reading. Some of my favorite authors are Dr. Dwayne Dyer, Neil W. Walsh, Deepak Chopra, the Dalai Lama, and of course the Bible. Now, I prefer the Bible. There is a book out there called The Bible, a novel, and it makes it a lot easier reading. But through my search for my spiritual growth, I used these important people, Deepak Chopra, the Dalai Lama, Dwayne Dyer, Neil W. Walsh, to help me form my reprogramming of my mind. And this has allowed me to make much better judgments. And I came to the Empower Network because I had been seeking a way that I could use my talents to enrich people's lives, to empower them, and to bring them to a place of much better income in their lives. Because when you're struggling and you're living day to day and you're worried about income, you really can't develop past that. It keeps you in a negative zone of worry and despair and struggle. We need to learn how to eliminate some of the struggle in our lives. So one of the main keys is eliminating fear. So I would suggest that you get over your fear of commitment and your fear to make a step forward and your fear of having your own business, and just click on the button below. There are amazing, amazing, successful people here waiting to lift you up, to teach you how to be successful and to empower you. And the Empower Network is all about personal development and helping you succeed in business and financially. So I hope you'll join us. This is one step in getting over the fear. I got through a big step of making this video. I wouldn't say it was a fear, away from fear, but it was something that was holding me back. So now I'm making videos every day and enjoying it so much. So thank you, and we'll see you again soon. I hope you visit my blog often. Blessed be.